Hello, good evening, everyone. Today is one of the most important class of maths for all your entrance exams, beta. Whether it is ISI, DSC, which is now CUET, or whether it is IGIDR, whether it is CDS, any exam you mention. This is the most important maths class, most important maths class because we will write all the important formulas that can be used in your exam. ये formulas आपके पास एक जगह पे लिखे होने चाहिए ही चाहिए, whether it is for any of your entrance exam, whether it is IGIDR, whether it is MSE, CDS, ISI, CUET MA Economics paper, etc. Let us go ahead and begin writing these formulas. So we will begin by talking about the formulas. बहुत सारे formulas लिखवाने हैं, एक एक करके लिखेंगे, but we will begin by writing formulas of arithmetic series. साथ साथ थोड़ा समझाते भी जाऊंगी मैं what these formulas are about. So first of all, we will write the formula of general kth term. So suppose they give you an AP. AP क्या होता है? जिसमें common sum, जिसमें common gap होता है, common difference होता है. Like for example, they give you 2, 5, 8, 11, and so on. So we understand that the gap here is 3. The gap here is 3. The gap here is 3, and so on. So whenever you are given an AP and they ask you, okay, find the 100th term. So you get kth term. So the formula for the kth term can be written as UK is equal to A plus K minus 1D. This is your first formula under AP. Now, let me just get my lines here. Now, the second formula under AP, beta people, I will also post this on your portal, all the formulas once I write them, so that they're available to you later on, okay? The last term, right? The last nth term. एक ही बात है, actually, there is nothing different from the first above one. So you can say UN is equal to A plus N minus 1D. उसके बाद, the next thing that can come in AP is sum to nth term. So suppose they ask you what is the sum of first 5 terms, or the sum in this AP only, sum of first 5 terms, sum of first 10 terms. So the formula of this is Sn is equal to half n A plus L, where L is the last term. तो ये जो L था हमारा यहाँ पर, this was my last term. So half first term plus last term into the number of terms into half, that is your sum of the n terms. So for example, if they ask you what is the sum of 2, 5, 8, 11, 14. So the first term plus the last term into the number of terms into half. First term, last term, number of terms into half. That will give you the sum of the n terms. So I can rewrite this thing because L key value I can pick up from here. So I can rewrite this thing as half n A plus n minus 1D. L की जगह पे I've just written A plus n minus 1D. So this can be written as half n 2A plus n minus 1D. And this is going to be your sum of the n terms. This is part C. तो AP में ये 3 formulas जानना बहुत ही जरूरी है. Now we can go ahead to the next one. We want to talk about GP. So write down the second one, geometric series. And let us write down all the formulas of the geometric series. So first of all, we will write down A, general kth term. What is a geometric series, beta? A geometric series has a common ratio, like 2, and then 2 is multiplied by 3, so 6. then 6 is multiplied by 3, then 18, then 18 is multiplied by 3, and so on. So if you divide, you get a common ratio. So in this case, the general kth term, UK, can be written as A into R to the power K minus 1. So if I have to find out the fourth term here, it will be the first term. The common ratio is 3 to the power 4 minus 1, 3. This is going to be the fourth term. Is this clear? If I have to find the third term, it will be 2, 3 to the power 2 minus 1. A third term, 3 minus 1. So 2, 3 square. So 9 into 2, 18. And so on. So this is how you can find any kth term. The second thing that comes important here is the sum to n terms. So this can be represented by Sn. And this will be A 1 minus R to the power n upon 1 minus R. Okay. This is the formula of the n terms. So this is actually some books will write when R is less than 1, this is the formula. And if R is greater than 1, you can just write it like this. This is when R is greater than 1. So you can go ahead and write it for both R less than 1 and R greater than 1. You get sum of the n terms. So if I tell you, okay, still this is my series and I want to find the sum of the first 5 terms or the sum of the first 10 terms, you can use this. Okay, beta. The next thing that is important here is your sum to infinity. So if my GP goes till infinity, if I have to ask you what is the sum of this series, but this series sum has to be found out till infinite, then in that case, the sum of infinity, S infinity, can be written as A upon 1 minus R, where R is between minus 1 to 1. This is how you can go ahead and find the sum of an infinite series. Is this clear? Okay, then. Now let us go one step ahead and let us talk about the third type of formulas that we need to write, which is called binomial expansion. बेटा ये सारे formulas किसी ना किसी entrance exam में use होंगे ही होंगे. These formulas should be on your tip at any cost. Okay, so binomial expansion में we say that when n is a positive integer, then the binomial expansion works like this. You can say a plus b to the power n can be written as a to the power n plus nc1. ये factorial है, nc1. A to the power n minus 1 into b plus nc2. A to the power n minus 2 into b square plus so on. Last term of this will be b to the power n. This is how you can go ahead and write the formula for a binomial expansion. Let's just mention what this is, beta. So this is nothing but NCR. So NCR is nothing but this. This is nothing but n factorial, r factorial, n minus r factorial. This is how you can open this at any point of time. Acha, one more thing I want to highlight here. This is used in many questions. You should remember this thing. Sometimes what happens is you are asked to open NCR. So just remember that if I were to open NCR plus NR plus 1, NCR plus 1, like this. Suppose NC2, suppose N is 5. Suppose 5C2 plus 5C3. अगर ऐसा कुछ open करने को बोलते हैं, then this can simply be written as NC1, N plus 1, C, R plus 1. This is how you can go ahead and write this formula. So, एक बारी देख लो कैसे हो रहा है. जैसे for example, 5C2 can be written as 5 factorial, 2 factorial, 3 factorial. 5C3 can be written as 5 factorial, 2 factorial, 3 factorial. So can I go ahead and write this as 5 factorial? को open कर दो एक बारी. Can I go ahead and write this as So this is coming twice now. This is 5 factorial, 2 factorial, 3 factorial plus 5 factorial, 2 factorial, 3 factorial. So it can be 2 into 5 factorial upon 2 factorial, 3 factorial. Isn't it? So this is nothing but 2 into 5 factorial upon 2 into 3 factorial. Isn't it? So this is nothing but 5 factorial by 3. Is this clear? This is nothing but 5 factorial by 3 factorial. Achha, now just find out n plus 1 r plus 1. So n plus 1 in this case will be 6c r. R to 2 tha na, to 6c 3 ho gaya. So this will be 6 factorial upon 3 factorial, 3 factorial. So this will be 6 into 5 factorial upon 3 factorial, 3 factorial. 3 factorial is 6 only, na? So ye aur ye cancel ho jayega. So this will be 5 factorial by 3 factorial, exactly what you're getting here. The same thing. So basically, this is nothing but this is n plus 1 CR plus 1. And this is nothing but NCR plus NCR plus 1. So NCR plus NCR plus 1 is nothing but n plus 1 CR plus 1. Okay? ठीक है बेटा. अब general equation लिखो एक इसकी. General case. Very, very important formulas for any exam. Even in IIT, GATE, economics, these formulas are important. 1 plus x to the power n can be written as 1 plus nx plus n minus 1 upon 2 factorial x square and so on. This is the expansion of 1 plus x to the power n, where mod x is less than 1 and belonging to real number. Okay. अब हम क्या करेंगे? अब हम नेक्स्ट फॉर्मूलाज जो लिखेंगे आफ्टर बाइनोमियल एक्सपेंशन. राइट डाउन द फोर्थ वन. This is going to be related to logs and exponentials. So please write down logs and exponentials. In this case, write down the first formula, beta. If you have e to the power x to the power ln a, e to the power x to the power ln a, this is nothing but e to the power ln a to the power x. क्योंकि ln m n को ही तो n ln m लिखते हैं. So I can take this x up with ln. So this is nothing like this, but e and ln can get cancelled out. So this is going to give you nothing but a to the power x. That's the first formula. The second thing that you have to remember here is that if you have log x, which is to the base a, this can be written as log x to the base b upon log a to the base b. So sometimes in exam, they will ask you to change the base. The base of log would be changed. So you have to remember this, that here the base is a. So if I were to change the base to anything else, जैसे base 10 दिया हुआ है और base 2 में आंसर आ रहा है, so I can write log x to the base a as log x to the base b upon log a to the base b. तो divide कर दो और दोनों का base change कर दो, and that is how the answer will be. Okay. The next thing that you have to remember here is that so finite series की एक बारी बात कर लेते हैं. Which number will this be, beta? 5th. Finite series. Whatever I can remember, I'm going to give you all of that, okay? So in finite series, the first thing that you have to remember is if someone asks you the sum of r square, r from 1 to n, 1 square plus 2 square till 10 square, jaise. Yeah, any sum of square. So this is given by 1 upon 6 n plus 1 2n plus 1. Okay. Similarly, if someone has given you summation of r cube, zaruri nahi hai nikal ke dekhna, you should just know the formula. So suppose it is 4 cube plus 5 cube plus 10 cube plus 12 cube tak ja raha hai. It goes cubic add hote ja rahe hain sare. So it is going to be 1 by 4 n square n plus 1 whole square. This is how you can go ahead and write the sum of the finite series. ये दो चीजें फाइनाइट सीरीज में बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट है, सम ऑफ आर स्क्वायर एंड सम ऑफ आर क्यूब. सम ऑफ फर्स्ट एन नेचुरल नंबर सबको पता होना चाहिए, एन एन प्लस 1/2. तो ये वाली चीजें जो है ना, ये एटलीस्ट दीज आर द बेसिक थिंग्स दैट यू शुड नो. यूजुअली क्या होगा, समटाइम्स दे विल आस्क यू क्वेश्चन ऑफ प्रोबेबिलिटी, बट उसमें कहीं पर सम ऑफ फर्स्ट एन नेचुरल नंबर्स का यूज हो जाएगा, राइट? सो इन दैट केस यू शुड नो दैट, राइट? सो द सम ऑफ फर्स्ट एन नेचुरल नंबर्स भी लिख लो एक बारी. सम ऑफ फर्स्ट एन natural numbers, and this is given by n plus 1/2. ठीक है, ओके. तो ये हो गई हमारी फाइनाइट सीरीज. अब हम सारे फॉर्मूलाज लिखेंगे फॉर द इनफाइनाइट सीरीज ऑल्सो. सो प्लीज राइट दिस डाउन. द इनफाइनाइट सीरीज. So when it talks about the infinite series, you should know first of all that अच्छा, पहले तो हम normal expansion करेंगे. So suppose you have fx, right? So this can be expanded as f of 0 plus x f dash 0 plus x square by 2 factorial f double dash 0 and so on, right? Now, sometimes what is going to happen is that supposedly they're going to go ahead and give you what is f of a plus x. अभी मैं थोड़ी examples यहाँ पे दे दूंगी, don't worry. So this is going to be f of a plus x f dash a plus x square by 2 factorial f double dash a and so on. ठीक है? Let me give you an example to it. So for example, if someone asks you to open up e to the power x, so e to the power x is going to be, yahan se dekhna shuru karo, e to the power 0. So anything to the power 0 is 1. So it is going to be 1 plus x. E to the power x ka agar main differentiation bhi karu, to it is going to be e to the power x only. And e to the power x evaluated at 0 is e to the power 0. And e to the power 0 is 1. So into 1 plus x square by 2 factorial into 1 and so on. So जब इसको हम open up करते हैं, तो this gives me 1 plus x square by 2 factorial, and इसका last term हो जाएगा x to the power r by r factorial. अब दूसरे का example देखते हैं, a plus x का. So suppose someone has given you to expand ln 1 plus x. So this is going to be x minus x square by 2 factorial, not 2 factorial, 2, sorry. 2 factorial nahi aayega na, it is just going to be 2 plus x cube by 3 minus so on. It will keep going on, plus minus 1 to the power r plus 1 into x to the power r by, this is the expansion of ln 1 plus x. ऐसे ही you should know the expansion of a lot of basic functions at least. Just for example, you should know what is the expansion of sin x. So it is x minus x cube by 3 factorial plus x to the power 5 by 5 factorial and so on, plus minus 1 to the power r x to the power 2r plus 1 upon 2r plus 1 factorial. ठीक है? Similarly, if you were to do for cos x, so cos x will be 1 minus x square by 2 factorial plus x to the power 4 by 4 factorial minus, it keeps going on, plus minus 1 to the power r x to the power 2r upon 2r का factorial. So these are general things. एक बार ही देख लोगे, then you will remember it for life. So I'm going to write it for tan x also. Just keep this in mind. So if I were to open tan x, right? This is going to be x minus x cube by 3 factorial plus x to the power 5 by 5 factorial, so on. And the last term of tan x is going to be plus minus 1 to the power r x to the power 2r plus 1 upon 2r plus 1 factorial. So this is going to be, sorry, tan x does not have factorial in it because tan x is going to be sin x by cos x ना. तो अगर आप ध्यान से देखो, then I don't need factorial. Are you getting it? 3 factorial by 2 factorial is just 3. 5 factorial by 4 factorial is just 5. So I don't need the factorial terms. So tan x does not have factorial in it. ठीक है. अच्छा, ये आपके कुछ formulas होगा. इसके अलावा infinite series के अलावा we also need, please write down. So this was 6th. Then I also need hyperbolic functions. माने कुछ ट्रिग्नोमेट्रिक फंक्शंस के कुछ फॉर्मूलाज जानना बहुत ही जरूरी है. दे आर इंपॉर्टेंट फ्रॉम द पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू ऑफ एग्जाम, राइट? सो फॉर एग्जांपल, ए cos h square x is 1 plus sin h square x, right? And then b sin h2x, these are all hyperbolic, ठीक है, is 2 sin hx cos hx, right? So 3 arc sin hx is ln x plus x square plus 1 under root. D arc cos hx is ln x plus x square minus 1, like this, right? So these formulas are also important. Now E, arc r tan x is half ln 1 plus x upon 1 minus x mod x less than 1. Now, let us talk about matrices. ठीक है, तो matrices में I want to talk about two things here. So in matrices, sometimes what will happen is, please write down, they will ask you anti-clockwise, ऐसा कुछ दिया हुआ क्वेश्चन में, anti-clockwise rotation through angle theta centered at O. So in that case, the matrix that you will have will be cos theta minus sin theta, cos theta. And if they're asking you reflection in the line, y is equal to x tan theta, then your matrix will be cos 2 theta, sin 2 theta, sin 2 theta minus cos 2 theta. This is going to be your two formulas, very important from the point of view of matrices. Okay, now I want to talk about the vector product. So please write down vector product. So in vector product, beta, we want to say what is A cross B. A cross B is going to be A, B, mod of B. Mod means the size of the vector, right? So A, B, sin theta, and this is how you can go ahead and write A cross B, right? So if you were to go ahead and open this up, this is nothing but the determinant of I. So vector है ना, तो vector हो गया I, iota, j, k, and then A1, A2, A3, and then B1, B2, B3. ठीक, अच्छा इसके आप obviously you can go ahead and you can find this determinant also. So this determinant will come down to A2, B3 minus A3, B2. A3B1 minus A1B3, A1B2 minus A2B1. This will be your vector that will be formulated when you have A cross B. Okay. Now, sometimes you have to remember this also, that if you have A cross B cross C, ऐसा कुछ है, then this can be dot product of A and C with B minus dot product of A and B with C. This is how you can go ahead and open this up. Okay. Acha, next let's talk about some formulas related to conics also. So 10th. बेटे जरूरी नहीं है सारे फॉर्मूलाज यूज होंगे, बट सारे फॉर्मूलाज कहीं पे हमारे पास हैंडी होना जरूरी है, राइट? So we are going to talk about conic, and in that, first of all, I'm going to talk about ellipse. In ellipse, the standard form of ellipse is x square upon a square plus y square upon b square is 1. This is the equation of ellipse. This is how you write the equation of ellipse, right? Now, that's the first thing. Now, sometimes they ask you about the directrices of ellipse. So that is going to be x is equal to plus minus a by e. These are the directrices of ellipse. Then they can ask you about the focus of ellipse. So that is plus minus AE, comma 0. That's the foci of ellipse. Okay. I can't think of anything else, but they can ask you about eccentricity also. So वो भी लिख ही लेते हैं. So eccentricity is b square is equal to a square, 1 minus e square. This is your eccentricity. ठीक है. This is all about ellipse. Same parabola का भी हम ये सब कुछ कर सकते हैं. So if I talk about parabola, so in parabola, again the standard form of parabola is y square is equal to 4ax, right? For parabola, it's y square is equal to 4ax. The eccentricity of parabola, that can be written as e is equal to 1, right? The foci of parabola is a comma 0, right? And the directrices of parabola is x is equal to minus a. That line forms the directrices, right? And that's it. There is no asymptote of parabola. Similarly, if I were to talk about hyperbola, so for hyperbola, the standard form of hyperbola, that is x square by a square minus y square by b square is equal to 1, right? And the eccentricity of this is b square is equal to a square e minus 1, right? The foci is plus minus ae comma 0. बेटा ये लगता ही है, but sometimes it comes in exam. DSC तो randomly दे देता था ये सब कुछ एकदम से class 10th का 11th का. So the formulas are important, okay? And इसमें asymptote भी होता है. इसके जो asymptotes होते हैं वो होते हैं x by a is equal to plus minus y by b, right? Have I missed anything? The directrices होते हैं x is equal to plus minus a by e. These are the directrices. So these formulas in maths are very, very important. You have to go through these formulas. ये सारा कोनिक इंफॉर्मेशन हो गई आपके लिए, ठीक है? अच्छा, कोनिक इंफॉर्मेशन के अलावा अगर आपको थोड़ा सा एक बारी हम सर्कल्स की तरफ जाएं, स्फेयर की तरफ जाएं, तो so this is part number 11. So इसमें अगर हम स्फेयर की बात करें, so for sphere the surface area that is 4 pi r square, right? And अगर हम कोन की बात करें तो उसका surface area हो जाता है pi r into h. The slant height that becomes the surface area of the cone, right? Okay बेटा, अब इसके बाद जो next चीज हम focus करेंगे वो है थोड़े से formulas on differentiation, ठीक है? But because this is a big formula list, this is just one part of it. I am still to go ahead and tell you all the formulas of differentiation, of integration, जो हमें एक जगह पर कहीं पे लिखे होने जरूरी हैं. And then we need to also go ahead and we want to also talk about some formulas related to statistics, right? So take this as sheet 1 of your formula. I will also post this sheet on the portal and on the app also. But in the time being, wait till tomorrow. I will also discuss other formulas in math and in stat.